Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm 10 and today we're gonna be showing you the recipe for my worm grit mix. Since I'm just about out, I figured I gotta make some more. Why not make a little video and show you my recipe? It's fairly simple since I use this to grow my vegetables, herbs, and medicinal plants. I like this worm grit to be somewhat specific. So what I like to use, I like to start out with oyster shell. This has a good amount of calcium, it buffers the soil, and as we know, plants love calcium. I also add some azomite. Azomite has all the trace minerals from A to Z, at least that's what they advertise it as, but it's a very good source of just about everything. It's volcanic ash, and if you've ever seen plants growing nearby volcanoes, they're always huge and healthy. The problem with this is that it takes a little long to break down, so I don't like to add it to my actual soil. I prefer to add it to my worm grit so that the worms could break it apart, and when it's time for the plants to actually use it, the nutrients and minerals are all available. Now, we have diatomaceous earth. I like to use this just to prevent any kinds of pests from coming into the bin, or if there are pests, this will get in between the crevices of their legs, their shell, if they are hard-bodied insects, and it will basically terminate them, for lack of better words. Next amendment, I only have very little of this one left. This is just basalt rock dust. Another volcanic type of rock, full of magnesium, calcium, iron, all the good stuff that plants like, but same like with the azomite, it is rock dust. It takes some time to break down. That's why I like to add it to my worm grit mix so the worms could break it down and it's ready for the plants. And the last one is just about the same thing. Let's see, okay. The label is right here. This is just Gaia Green glacial rock dust. So this is basically all the rocks that the glaciers have scratched and scraped and pushed all the way to wherever they deposited, whether it was the sea, whether it was at the foot of a hill or the valley of a mountain. Anyway, recipe is very simple. Since this is a small container and I usually just make it by the batch, we're just gonna do 5 tablespoons of each and every single amendment. I like to just do equal ratio, and it's perfectly fine. So, nice and easy. 1, 2, it doesn't have to be exact. This is just for worms. 3, 4, 5 of the basalt. Now you can see this is a different color too. It has all the types of rocks, whether it's limestone, sandstone, basalt, granite, anything could be mixed in there. Anything and everything. 2, 3, 4, 5. Nice and easy. Now we go to the oyster shell. Right there. Fantastic, fantastic oyster shell. Azomite. Good volcano boom soil. Or particles, actually. See, it's a good thing we just did 5 because this is just about full. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And last but not least, some preventative. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Because I don't want to make a big mess mixing all this, I'm just gonna close this up and just give it a nice shake. And then just leave it closed for a little bit so that this could settle, because the last thing you want to do is open this up and breathe in all these particles and all this fun stuff. But yeah, there we go. That is my simple recipe for earthworm grit mix. If you'd like to try it out, simple ingredients that you need, all here. And the other container is the basalt, but it's also from Gaia Green. Gaia Green sells the glacial rock dust and the basalt rock dust. You could also get it at places like Build-A-Soil. Thank you for joining me on this video. I wish the best for you, your family, and your garden. And happy growing!